Hi Leo, and welcome to your July reading. This is for anyone that has their sun, moon, rising, their midheaven, and potentially their Venus in the sign of Leo. Nonetheless, if you are cross-watching and or just happened upon this video, I'm sure there is a message for you, and I hope that it finds you well. A little bit of an update as far as the channel goes. You may have noticed that the name has changed. That will be the last change I do as far as the branding of this channel and the name that I want it to have. It's been a little bit of a journey there with that, but I am happy with what I have come up with. I don't know, I like playing with words like that, and I naturally have a lot of the same characteristics that Mother Teresa had as far as just being so selfless. But yeah, that is pretty much the major changes that have been happening as well. Since nobody has told me whether they like me pre-shuffling or not, I'm going to continue to do it this way just for the sake of time, although I'm losing it with me rambling right now. Going forward, just so you know like what's happening, I'm keeping you guys in the loop. But for the sake of time until I'm verified, I still only have the 15 minutes, which is why I've done this. So if it doesn't bother you guys, that's amazing, and I appreciate all of the love thus far. May I continue to bring you what you need to hear when you need to hear it. But let's get into July for you, Leos. Energetically, you can be expecting King of Swords energy, followed by the Two of Wands and the Ten of Wands that came out with the Justice atop of that. Coming into the obstacles, what came up was the Ace of Swords, the Emperor, followed by the Seven of Cups. Coming into the last week of July, ways to overcome these energies, you have the Ace of Pentacles, the Empress card, and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. There's so much positivity in this reading. If it doesn't feel like it, I'm going to show you in a minute where it is. But what I am hearing off the bat is discipline. And I'm hearing somebody pass the test. Somebody passes a test, right? It's like, okay, this time you're going into it. You're like a cat with 9 lives, Leo. You are the lion, right? You've been a lion. You've been going through a bunch of shit, a bunch of bullshit. Right? Or that, you know, in the moment it feels like, why is this happening to me? Like you just feel overburdened, overwhelmed, like you can't carry much else. I feel like you finally got the lesson, whatever it was that you were supposed to get out of the situation or situations that you have been in. And it's like, okay, this time I got it. I have a strategy. I know exactly what to do. I know what I need to do to execute. And you take that step in July, or you will be taking the steps coming into July. Right? Energy is fluid, so this can happen anytime. It may have already started happening. But you figure out how to win. Right? You take steps towards the thing that is going to actually bring you victory, that is going to bring you justice, that is going to give justice out to other people, right? If this is something of redemption for you, if you've been offering up apologies maybe to people that you have hurt over the course of your life, I'm picking that up. It's like you're righting your wrongs in this situation, and justice is served in that way. Like that is the end of your karmic cycle. You can now move on to something else. Or it's just like on a business end, right? This can be several attempts that you've made that weren't successful, as far as maybe getting an investor to buy into you, or as far as getting a loan from somebody, right? This is dealing with legalities and contracts and stuff, this justice card. So it can be that you've pitched it to several different people and you've gotten turned down 10 times. And on this next shot that you take in this next pitch, it's like finally somebody hears you out. Somebody hears what you have to say. You get that yes. You get to move forward. You get this justice. And you've been waiting a long time for it. You've been working a long time for it, striving for it, right? And now that I'm saying striving, I'm thinking of Michael Todd's tidbit that he did on the difference between striving and or striding in purpose. So that's interesting. If you feel like you have been moving so fast that you don't know not only where time has gone, but you don't really know what you've been doing with your life, you are taking a look at that, right? And how fast you have to move for the approval of other people, for the discomfort of yourself and your own soul that causes you to be out of balance or out of whack with yourself. Don't try to ask for things if you know that you are not ready for them, right? Take the time to get prepared for the things that you have been praying for or that you've been working towards, that you want to have and or accomplish in this lifetime, right? You have to have a set pace. You have to have discipline. You have to have balance. You have to be patient. You have to know when to strike, right? Have reason for the things that you are doing. Wait in the purpose of the things that you are supposed to be doing. Don't take up the first thing that comes to you, right? Lacking the spirit of patience. Instead of waiting for the best buy, you rush forward and you just get the first thing that jumps out at you. Don't do that. Or that is what you've learned. And so that is the test that you pass. Or in pitching the idea, you had to fall a few times just so that you can make the necessary corrections for it to be right, to get that yes. So it was all done for your greater good, whether you've seen that or not. Hopefully I've assisted you in that. I've been talking for a minute just on that alone, but I feel like you really have to get more into your mental space, right? And that's been blocking you, being able to see things with a fresh perspective. Also being able to speak up, because I feel like there's a lot of people that don't like to be argumentative or don't like to cause conflict. But if you know something isn't working and you have a better way of doing things so that it can work, the system, the relationship, just your own personal self and how you function as a human being, right? If you know there is a better way, it's going to be met with a little bit of resistance. Make sure you're not resisting yourself, but be expecting that and don't be afraid of it when it comes from other people and you expressing new ideas or wanting to be heard. However this resonates for you, right? You need to understand just how powerful you are. If you've forgotten, listen to your intuition when making decisions. I'm also getting that for the Seven of Cups. I feel like because you don't use it enough, you don't trust it. So definitely do more meditating and being able to follow the vibrations, like where you feel things in your body center, right? As you listen to music, as you meditate, or just how other people's words make you feel. Resonate with where that vibrates within your own energetic centers. Does that resonate with you? What is it telling you? Does it make you feel safe? Does it make you feel more reserved and withdrawn, like cautionary? You don't know if you can trust what they're saying or by how they're moving, what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So that can be an obstacle that you have come into or will come into for July. Not having trust in your own intuition, in your own potential, believing that you can do great things. Also with the Seven of Cups, you need to check in with your emotions, your emotional security, and how you feel about things and how you express that to other people. I'm definitely picking that up. It's just interesting how there's so much blue within your spread, and even Cancer had a lot of blue, but how I chose blue to like wear as a color and just how that is coming up. And we all know that blue deals with like the throat chakra, which deals with communication. So it's being confident in what you're saying. Like, say it with your chest, nigga. No disrespect to anybody that like can't use that term or like is just offended by the use of that word, but I thought of Kevin Hart. But I'm seeing a lot of that, and I'm seeing a lot of open bareness, a lot of open chest. So being vulnerable, opening up, seeing that with the open arms and the Empress card, right? Being vulnerable, being soft with yourself so that you can extend that out to other people too. As far as the end of July and ways to overcome these obstacles, it's just having confidence in yourself, right? In your abilities, in your intuition, in the words that you say, in the ideas that you have, right? The wit that you have about you. I can see some of you guys are holding yourselves back from all the things that you really want to say, that you really need to express, right? This is bottled up energy that needs to be released. You need to let it out, and you can do it in a healthy way. Or when you do decide to speak up, it will be in a healthy manner. With this gathering, I'm just seeing it will gather the attention of other people. Maybe creatively you're going into another endeavor. Maybe you're changing your career altogether and you're doing more public speaking engagements, or there's an opportunity to do that. Whatever it is that you have to say, it will grab the attention of a lot of people. They will be engaged with you. It can be the start of a whole new business venture altogether again, where you're seeing monetary success. Sorry, the ace matured to the knight, so it's like some monetary reward is here. Or just in having confidence in yourself altogether, you can be more attractive. Other people are drawn to you. You can be an example to other people as well. I'm picking that up. It's kind of like a rags to riches story. That's what I'm seeing here. And having this discipline and passing this test and moving forward, right? Whatever happens at the beginning of this month, or whatever has just happened, as you're watching it play out. It's like a rags to riches story. All is well. Some of you may be hearing about a pregnancy. You try to reconnect with someone from the past, potentially with a 7 of Cups, and you come to find out it's an unexpected surprise that somebody is pregnant and is starting a family, and so you have to move away from that option, right, and move towards a different love. I don't know, because, you know, this can be choices. So if you've been dealing with multiple people, like if one doesn't work out, you have other options, whether or not they're who you actually want to be with. That's something you have to deal with and overcome, but that could be the possibility for some of you watching. Or you realize that you've been very emotionally immature and it's time for you to grow up and it's time for you to do something different. It's time for you to be a man. I'm hearing that. Or be a woman. It can imply. It's time for you to just assume the responsibilities that are yours and stop dilly-dallying on this love. Right? If you've been having a very conflicting back and forth type of relationship, it just hasn't been healthy, right? Coming to the end of that. And you're forging a new path, right? With this Ace of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Knight of Pentacles. That changes the direction of the relationship in a healthy manner. You decide that you actually really want to commit to this relationship and you start to put the work in by the end of the month. And you'll see successes with that. So whatever you focus on, whatever you put your attention to is what will grow for July. That is also what's coming through. So just do that and only that, and just leave the rest alone for another time. Don't neglect yourself emotionally if there are some things that you have to deal with, but don't buy into any negativity either if it's not necessary. So that's what I'm pulling up for you guys. As far as the chakras, your root chakra, sacral chakra, throat chakra, and your intuition definitely are here. Your heart chakra might be a little underactive. Jeez. But yeah, that's what I have for you guys. I will leave the link for all of this in the description box below. You'll have to scroll a little bit to find it. But at this time, definitely like this video, share this with your friends and family if this did resonate for you, and do subscribe.